Comparing Exodus 3:14 and Deuteronomy 6:4, the two biblical expressions found in Exodus 3:14 and Deuteronomy 6:4 carry profound theological and prophetic significance. These passages, when examined together, reveal a deep understanding of the nature of the deity, his future manifestation, and his relationship with humanity. By exploring the terms used and their contextual meanings, we can see how these passages point to a dynamic, rather than static, revelation of God, one that involves both his singular and collective manifestations. In Exodus 3, verse 14, the deity speaks to Moses, revealing his name as Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, translated as, I will be who I will be. The term Ehyeh comes from the Hebrew verb hāyāh, meaning to be or to become, and is in the first person singular, future tense. This indicates a God who is not merely a static entity, but one who will manifest himself in time according to his will and purpose. This phrase encapsulates the idea that God's essence is not confined to past or present, but that he will continually unfold and reveal himself through his actions and through his relationship with his people. The term Asher is a relative pronoun, meaning who or which, further emphasizing that the manifestation of God is to be understood as a dynamic and future event, not a fixed concept. When compared to Deuteronomy 6:4, we see a significant shift in the person used, but the same fundamental idea is conveyed. In Deuteronomy 6:4, Moses proclaims, Shema Yisrael, Yehueh Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yehuahad, Ahad, Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our Elohim is the one Yahweh. The name Yahweh is used here in the third person, signifying he will be, in contrast to the first person expression in Exodus. Yet the meaning remains fundamentally similar. God is the one who will be. The plural term Elohim is employed here, which can denote both singular and plural entities. This plural manifestation aligns with the concept of God being revealed not just in isolation, but as a collective presence, where many in one and one in many are made manifest through his Spirit. Yahweh, as the name signifying God's future manifestation, reveals a prophetic declaration that God will not merely be present as a singular entity, but will be made manifest in the plural form through his people. This duality can be seen as a foreshadowing of how the deity will be shared with his believers, not just as a distant power, but as a corporeal nature that will dwell in his people. The phrase, he who shall be our mighty ones, speaks of this divine manifestation being extended to a multitude, symbolizing the believers who are to be conformed to his image, sharing in his divine nature. When we place Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, I will be who I will be, next to he who shall be our mighty ones is the one who shall be, we gain a deeper understanding of the unfolding nature of the deity's revelation. The I will be of Exodus becomes a dynamic proclamation of the deity's will and self-manifestation. Meanwhile, the Deuteronomy passage, with its third-person perspective, transitions from a personal revelation to a communal one. It emphasizes the eventual outpouring of God's Spirit on his people, so that they too may partake in his divine nature, sharing in the one in many and many in one manifestation. This prophetic aspect finds its fulfillment in the New Testament, particularly in passages like John 17, verse 20-23, and 2 Peter 1:4, where believers are promised to partake in the divine nature. In these passages, we see the ultimate fulfillment of the I will be prophecy, wherein God, through his Spirit, will manifest himself in a multitude of believers, making them one with him in unity and divine purpose. John 17:23 speaks of the oneness between Christ and his followers. I in them and you in me, that they may be made perfect in one. A profound realization of the plural manifestation of the deity as envisioned in both Exodus and Deuteronomy. Thus, the proclamations in Exodus 3:14 and Deuteronomy 6:4 are not static declarations of a singular God, but prophetic revelations pointing to a future collective manifestation of God's divine, corporeal nature shared with his people. The I will be and the he who shall be point to the same unfolding reality. The deity will manifest in his people, revealing his power, glory, and essence in and through them. The ultimate fulfillment of these prophecies will be realized in the resurrection, as believers are conformed to the image of the divine, sharing in his glory and divine nature, as promised in the New Testament.